Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and MPD by somebody that has both. It's the end of friendship week. Not the end of friendship week, but the end of friendship week. Grammar is important. So is inflection. Never mind, I'm talking rubbish already. This is NPD and Friends. How long have you got? Wow, right. Where do you even start with this? MPD and Friends, what are friends? I like having friends a lot, and I like my friends a lot. Speaking personally, I don't think I tend to be narcissistic toward my friends. I might be narcissistic about my friends. I have the best friends. Makes you sound like Trump, it's upsetting. But I have the very best friends. Only the very best people here, you know? Right? It's important. But as much as we like having friends and care about them a great deal, that's totally doable. Where we might vary is how we treat those friends and how we view those friends and where we fit those friends on the hierarchy of importance in our lives. It might also govern sort of how touchy we are about particular things with those friends. Like, I was asked, the other night, what do I value in friendship? And the answer I gave was loyalty. And that seems to be a very important part, a sort of common answer within the narcissism area. This loyalty, this expectation that people will be loyal to you and support you and always be there, that sort of thing. It kind of almost bumps up against BPD and the fear of abandonment. Almost. And I think we kind of do have that fear of abandonment there in the MPD side with that. Well, we need these people. We need these friends, this support, whatever they give us. And, historically, I must admit, I've had a history of treating my friends in ways that I'm ashamed of. It's been a thing for me. Because to a certain extent, friends are some sort of safe space. They're a person you can let out some of this pain and anger, this frustration that you're getting from your MPD, and maybe not get much retaliation. Then it's not like picking a fight with a stranger. It's like butting heads with someone you know isn't going to beat you up. And so friends can sometimes end up being this sort of, I don't know, unlucky thing we use to unload pain. And they get treated appallingly. And we're lucky if they stick around. We we can create our own fear of abandonment situation like that. And then there's the other kind of support, the sort of flying monkey support that we want from friends sometimes. Attack this person for me, agree with me, support me in that way, fight my battles with me. Which is a very entitled, privileged sort of view to take of the world, as if people should fight our battles for me. And I, again, myself, have become frustrated with people in the past when they haven't responded to that. And the anger and frustration that you feel at that comes several times over, because you're feeling the anger and frustration that they haven't supported you, but also that they haven't done what you told them. And then you realize, you have to take this realization that friends aren't there to do as you tell them. That's not what they're there for. And it brings about all this rage, this anger that I felt towards people, because they won't do what I want. They won't do what I perceive to be this loyal support. And when people don't put as much into things as I do, if they don't care enough about them as I do, then it just angers me. And I feel like they're being disloyal by being like that. More reasons why I work alone now. Because I've got stuck on this. No one will care about whatever I'm doing as much as I do. People will abandon it first. People will abandon me first. So I need to just do this. And I'm better on my own. You can see an actual fact for me where the BPD and MPD sort of egg each other on there. You know, I'm constantly fighting this battle of wanting friends, but not trusting friends, but wanting and needing to control, to not want to control, to so many elements of this. And I just want to be a normal person underneath it all. That's it. It's so much thought and energy that goes into relationships and politics of relationships. It's draining. It's so draining and tiring. There's so much to think about that neurotypical people don't think about. And I think we know it's all bad. I think we know it's not a good state of affairs to be in, to say the least. But at the same time, the way we treat people, the support we try to get from them, we do it because we need it. We need that security. We need those friends to support us, to back us up. If anything, it proves that we're right when people do that, doesn't it? If we take a stance on something and people support us, that means we're right, or it means we have influence, which is perhaps even better. Friends and MPD, it's a very complicated area. It's a very tricky thing, as most of these things are. But ultimately, we're totally capable of having friends. We are fine with having friends, fine with having people we love, we care about, that mean something to us. And that I crave that closeness. I want close friends. I want those good relationships. And that support that comes from someone actually just caring about you. Not because you've told them to or made them to. But a lot gets in the way sometimes. A lot that you don't really have control over. Certainly not untreated. Certainly not being unaware of the narcissism. And it's sad. It's heartbreaking. And I think it serves to further reinforce some of our negative opinions, our negative thoughts. We do struggle with these friendships and relationships. So that further reinforces that perhaps we're not good at friendships. And that makes it harder. You know? It would be easier to come on and say, we don't really care. We just have you around to control you, to get that self-esteem boost from you. But the truth is, no, not at all. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to be that person that does that. And yet, in these relationships that matter the most to us, it's sometimes where we can be, I think, the most volatile. Because things matter. The stakes are high. People mean things to us. And we need them in our lives. We're just very good at driving them away. One way or another, I think. So, I don't know what to say if you have a narcissistic friend, if you are the narcissistic friend. I just do my best. I just do my best, and I look at some of the things I say and the way I treat people and the way I think of people. And maybe I'm a bit self-conscious of it. Maybe I'm a bit oversensitive and over-aware of my behaviour. I don't know, but I still kind of feel at this stage it's necessary. I mean, to give you an example in my own behaviour, I have a friend who we share a love of movies. He's very enthusiastic about films. And whenever I would see him, he would really happily, enthusiastically come and tell me about stuff he'd seen. And whether he thought it was good or not. He'd give me recommendations. It was the very essence of someone sharing an interest, being your friend, knowing you share that interest and wanting to share it with you. That's a great thing. That's a very good thing to find in life. And I noticed that every time he would come to me, I would just, that sounds shit. That's, whatever. Yeah, no, mate, that's not, And I'd be constantly meeting him with negativity. And then you start realizing that someone actually comes to you less and less until they eventually don't. Because why would they? You're this like negative thing. And so I started changing my behavior. I started trying to be more enthusiastic and realize I should be more open to things and more positive about things. And when somebody tells me that they like something, rather than dash it down, why don't I ask them what they liked about it? Why don't I see that they're enthusiastic about something and take some sort of happiness in that? That requires empathy. And now I just try to be much more positive about things, especially when this is a marked change behavior in my life. That I just try to be more positive about things when people tell me things they're happy about. And it's just an example of how, when it comes to interacting with friends, with people that matter to me, I noticed behavior that I didn't like. And I decided what I wanted that behavior to be like, and I started practicing it. I started doing it. I started planning things to ask people. And then it just started to flow naturally. And I like to think I'm quite a positive person when people come to me now. If any of them still do. And so I hope that helps. That's my bit of advice. I guess if you're the friends with the narcissist, my advice is, I don't know, put up with it as long as you can. Not too much, of course. And cash, narcissists like cash. That's the other thing. So you take care. I hope that helps. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.